it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I'm doing fantastic. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate all of you. You know that I do. Come sit with me on this big fake couch. We have Violet over here. Leo's over there, doing what they do best, laying down. Before we start, today we have a video from Kara and Jeremy, and they are taking the train for the first time. They're getting out of London and they're going to Newcastle. So it's the train to Newcastle. I definitely want to do this. We don't have a huge train culture here in the States like there is in the UK. And of course, car or airline are the two most popular ways of traveling. But I have taken the train several times, and I remember it's not, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, okay, and it takes a long time. So I'm not sure how long this train to Newcastle, like the length, maybe they'll mention how long it takes in the video, but please go support their channel. It's so important that you do so, and like and subscribe, do the things that you normally do, and thank you to the both of them for putting out this content so I can learn and see cool and new things. So with that said, but before I begin, I have received a package from one of our family members here on the channel, Bob. Thank you so much. I've always talked about Patreon and how I intend on starting a Patreon, because the idea is I would watch things that I would, are really long or something, i.e. movies. And the first one I really want to do is like Zulu, I think. But there are a bunch of others, and I think it would be kind of cool to be able to watch the movies with you on Patreon. So if that's something you'd be interested in, hopefully I can get that. It's my goal for the new year, to get that going. Well, Bob was kind enough to send me, yes, another entry to watch on Patreon. Oh, what a lovely war. I've never heard of it. Well, I can't really say I've never heard of it. The title sounds familiar, but not really knowing. I believe Bob was saying that this is a stage performance first, and it's been now made into a movie by Richard Attenborough. I've heard of that guy. There's also a few other people in there. I think on the cover, Laurence Olivier is the name I'm familiar with. Vanessa Redgrave, of course. John Gielgud, I think I know who that is. Some of the other names I'm not too familiar with, but I'm going to add this to the list of movies that we will be watching on the Patreon. So if that Patreon is something that you're interested in doing, I will let you know when that happens. Also, like maybe do Zoom calls if that's plausible, feasible, I guess. Obviously, we can't have 100 people on a Zoom call, but we could certainly do, 10. Probably less. I'd like to do 5, maybe, I think. So maybe we'll do a kind of like you sign up to do it or something. I don't know. I'm still kind of throwing around. Before I want to go live, I kind of want to have an idea what I want to do with it. But yes, this will now be added to that. So thank you, Bob. I appreciate you. It's just very, very kind of you. Thank you. So let's get into this. This is Magic Geekdom. Kara and Jeremy riding the train for the first time. This is I gotta go here and check out what the name of it was. It's the Azuma bullet train. It's our first time taking it, so I wonder how fast it goes. So let's do it.
It is our first time riding a train here in the UK. We are taking the high-speed Azuma rail on the LNER line from London up to Newcastle.
We just took the tube from where our hotel was in Covent Garden here to King's Cross. So we're familiar with the London Underground. We have been on that on our last trip, but last time we actually took a road trip. This is our first time traveling the country by train.
Okay.
We'll be traveling by train for the next couple of weeks, traveling across the UK, but then we do have to come back down to London to catch the Eurostar to go to Paris, which is actually across the street at the St. Pancras station, but we weren't aware until the other day that these were actually two different stations.
Our friend Jason kept referring to the Eurostar train we needed as St. Pancras and the one that we're going to be taking to Kent later, but we actually need King's Cross. As novice train travelers, we just don't really travel by rail that much in the US.
Yeah.
We weren't really sure about how early we should be, where we should go, but I think we've kind of figured out we need actual King's Cross. They are two separate stations, and this is the one we need today for the LNER. It's very weird to be here in person because we have been to the, you know, like the mock version at Universal Studios outside of Diagon Alley. There. I know there's a platform 3, 9 3/4 around here somewhere. I think there's usually a line for it, but I think maybe we'll try to go see that if we can.
Is that from Harry Potter?
We'll see. It's really exciting, but there is a very long line. I don't think it's for us today.
Nope, I don't think that's in our future.
I think we're here early, but not that early.
Yeah, it's a pretty long line.
There is a store, though. It looks like there's an actual first-class lounge if we were taking first class.
We unfortunately cannot visit there today because we're in coach. We took the cheapest ticket we could find, basically.
That's
Our
probably
train
where
doesn't
I'm
have a platform yet, so we have a few minutes to spare. So we popped into Greg's and got some things we haven't tried before.
I think these are things that we've been recommended because we have tried Greg's before, but we got told we tried some.
So is Greg's food? I thought it, or maybe it's just one of those where it has everything, which seems like a lot of your stores do, which are awesome. I think I saw in another video, someone went into Greg's and they were selling clothes, but
Correct things.
they
So
obviously
some different
sell
things for us
food
to
as
try.
well.
I think at least 2 of them are things people have told us to try before.
Those look good though. What's in it?
I don't know what this is, but it's delicious.
You said, so that's a good first step.
It's cheesy, whatever it is.
Oh, there's cheese. Okay.
Is it bean in sausage or is it just the cheese and onion?
There's cheese and onion, and it's wonderful.
Okay, good. So we've had the regular sausage roll, but a lot of people actually told us that even if they eat meat, that they like the vegan one better, so.
Oh, that one is hot and fresh and delicious, yeah.
All right.
I think that is better than the regular one.
Oh. This one is sausage, bean, and cheese.
Sausage,
That's
bean,
nice. That's
and cheese.
Much better than the corned beef one I got before.
All right, we just found out our train is going to be on platform 2, which like 20 minutes to spare, so it's like down to the wire. Let's go.
know that they, maybe it's not good because you want to get to where you want to go, but it's cool that they stop at other stations along the way. I think it's just cool to be able to see the countryside, even though it's going by you at 120 miles an hour or kilometers an hour or whatever that was. It's still a cool experience. I think I would, if it's me, that's just me, depending on how hungry you are, and if they didn't want to serve, I would want to walk the length of the train anyway, just, you know, to break up the time of sitting. On a plane, you can't really do that because you can, you know, it's a pain in the ass to walk the aisle of an aircraft, but, and it's not even that far, so it's like, eh. On a train, it would be kind of fun. And since I don't ride, it sounds like they don't ride a bunch of trains back in the States either. It's, you know, kind of an adventure, right? I think it would be, I gotta do this. I got to. Quiet.
Even in the cabin, I think because as a culture, British people are quieter too. It's very peaceful. I keep falling asleep. We're stopped in Doncaster.
Yes.
Which is a little bit more than halfway to Newcastle. And I keep almost falling asleep.
It's pretty smooth, like mellow ride.
Yeah, it's pretty relaxing. I think I'm used to just driving. I prefer driving. The last time we were here, I did a lot of driving, and it's kind of nice to just like sit back and kind of do a little sightseeing.
If we were to drive, Jennifer, my wife, she would drive probably the whole time. She is, how do I say this? Kind of a control freak when it comes to that. She's at home behind the steering wheel, and I'm at home sitting in the passenger seat and closing my eyes. Of course, I wouldn't do that if we were driving in the UK. I would have to be looking at everything, of course, but here in the States, I usually will, if we're going for an hour or 2 hour drive, which is common, I'll crash out all the time.
I mean, either way, I think whether you choose driving or you choose the train, you gotta see more than London.
It's true.
Like,
Yeah, you have to get out.
See the countryside. It's just better.
I love how she's still talking very quiet.
Look at this beautiful minster that's in Doncaster.
Oh wow, look at that.
It's just amazing that it seems like every little town and every place we pass, there are so many beautiful churches. I guess we are halfway in time, not in distance. Like, we're almost to York, so we've made a pretty good dent in the journey so far.
And you, oh man.
When we pass an LNER train going the other direction, it's amazing that it's just a blip that it goes by. We're almost to York.
Can we hear?
A little sad we're not stopping today. We had the best time in York last time, but we won't be stopping here today. Not this trip.
Yeah,
But
it's a little
hopefully
sad.
we'll be back then.
Yeah.
Trying to see new and different stuff this time. I just love it up north. It's so green and there's so many sheep.
It looks amazing. I don't know. Oh wow, look at that. Your train stations are just
We did it!
We did
glorious.
We made it to Newcastle.
it on a high-speed train.
High five. Another cool thing checked off the list.
That's right.
I wanted to walk to our hotel, but I think now that it's raining, maybe we'll do an
An Uber or
alternative
something,
thing.
yeah.
What was that plaque? To commemorate the 150th anniversary of Newcastle Central Station. That's cool. So how long does that take from London to Newcastle.
We did make it.
Oh, this is fun. This is fancy. We have a pretty nice view. We can see a little bit of the Tyne Bridge, but the lobby can see a lot of it.
Wow.
We have made it to what I think we've determined is the nicest room that we've had in the UK.
Or maybe tied with the one in Bath.
Both Hilton properties.
Yes.
We try to frequent like their budget brands in the US, and because of that, we build up a lot of points with them, and then try to redeem them for places that have executive suites. So
hey,
check that out at some point.
Gotta get some free drinks.
It's a good game plan.
I would
love
say
it.
that our first experience on a train in the UK, aside from the London Underground, was a really good one. I accidentally booked us facing backwards, didn't realize that at the time of booking it, was a little apprehensive about it, but it worked out fine. I think that was an all in all a good.
So they have the seats that face each other then, and there's I think she mentioned that there was a table in between maybe. Riding backwards. I've done it. It's not a big deal. But I think this is, of course, to a place I've seen, and I don't care to see out the window so much. Here, I would want to face forward so I can see what's coming and see out the window, and not when you're backwards and you haven't and you want to be able to see out the window, you're not going to be able to notice anything because it goes by so fast looking the other way. Maybe you have a different opinion about that. How do you like to ride the train, frontwards or backwards? I personally want to face forward, especially on somewhere I've never been. On a train that I've been on many times, yeah, backwards, no big deal.
Successful train ride, and we have plenty more coming up, and some fun to be had here.
We're going to be watching the Newcastle video.
Thanks to our patrons for always supporting us and coming along on the adventures, and thank you for watching.
We have so much more to share with you here in the UK, so make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you soon.
Please go subscribe to their channel. Support them. They are amazing people. They're wonderful people. Both Kara and Jeremy. Thank you for doing these videos. It allows me to see a lot of things. I enjoy watching their videos because it's kind of, they have the same questions, and so yeah, really cool. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to go. Man, it's just, it seems so far away, but it'll be here soon enough. But I would love to do a train. I don't think they mentioned how long it takes, so you'll have to tell me how long the actual train actually takes. If it's like, because we only really could spend one day somewhere. Maybe not go to Newcastle, maybe just go to York. I don't know, maybe a little somewhere closer, but nevertheless, I think getting on a train to get out into the country would be awesome. I just so excited to go. Please let me know what I missed. My first impressions of a lot of your train stations, like Waterloo, and even though we didn't see it in this one, King's Cross, the one Newcastle that they pulled into, they're just glorious looking. I love it. And you're more of a train-centric society than we are here in the States. So a lot of our train stations are just blah, they're not. I mean, you can almost say like your train stations are a lot like airports the way they are, and it's not how it is here. At least the ones I've been in now. Maybe in I've been to, of course, the big ones in New York and outside of New Jersey, and going into New York, into that train station, pretty crazy. It's huge, right? It's absolutely huge. And it's right below Madison Square Garden, and so it's cool to see. And so that was a cool experience because we were staying in New Jersey at a friend's house, and we would catch the train every day. And it took 2 hours to go from where they were into New York. And so we would do that early in the morning, get on the train, get in to New York, sightsee all day, and then catch the train at the end of the day. and head back. And we did that for the first couple days, and then the last night we ended up getting a hotel in Times Square. So we just stayed there and was able to do all the things around there, and Central Park, and yeah, all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, fun time. So I do want to take the train for sure. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks a lot for coming. Appreciate all of you. Thank you to Kara and Jeremy. Appreciate you guys. Hope you're well. Hopefully that I think they're in Amsterdam or somewhere. They're not in the UK right now. They may be back by the time that I'm doing this video. I don't know, but I think they're traveling other places. So I'm going to check out some of those videos, but it probably won't be on this channel. But I encourage you all to do the same. Go support them. They're very good. All right. Take care, everyone, and we will see you later. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark. And